So I wanted to show you quickly how I'm going to make something very similar to this. I started this one. This is brick stitch on a blue hoop heart earring. And I don't like the white. Like it's just too much white for me on these like outside areas. So I decided I'm going to just like do this design but all the way around. So basically I'm going to start this one fresh and do this design all the way around on this one. For brick stitch, I actually like to use eye needles, which are these needles. They are so much easier to use. I think this one is really tiny. You can get them a lot bigger and longer than this, but I use these little ones for brick stitch. I have about 2 arms length full of thread here. And these eye needles just make it really easier to thread your needle. I think you kind of can just use your nails and just open it up and then kind of just pull it, and it's like super easy. And then if you make an error or for some reason you need to take your thread off, it's really easy to undo it and then redo it. With brick stitch, normally that can happen a lot where you need to take your thread off of your needle for whatever reason, if something gets snagged, if you accidentally mess up or whatever. So I think the eye pins are so much easier to use, and you can get those on Amazon, a bunch of them, like maybe like 20 of them for like $7 or something. So that's how I usually just buy them in bulk. This is size B Nymo thread. You can find that at you can find it on like Etsy. You can find it probably on Amazon. I buy mine from a store over like Southeast Minneapolis where it just is whatever your preference. It does get to be a little bit spendy, but one huge spool will last you, quite a bit of time, like a year or more, depending on how much you bead. So anyways, so I'm just going to take my blue hard hoop and take my thread and just tie a knot. You just tie a knot. I usually start on the end, and I usually tie it like 3 or 4 times just to make sure that it's really secure. And so, yep. And then I usually just leave a little bit of a tail. You'll see why at the end, but when you're doing brick stitch, it's just a good idea to leave a little bit of a tail. Even some people leave a lot more of a tail than that. Just like if you need to tighten beads up, it's nice to have this tail on the end just in case. So, and so then I'm just going to start and follow this like same pattern that I had here. And it takes a little while to get used to patterns, but I know this one because I was working on this earring yesterday. So, and we're going to stitch 2 beads at a time. So I put 1 white and 1, they might look black, but these actually are a dark navy colored bead. So I put 1 white and 1 black, and then you pull it all the way to the bottom. And actually the way I start my hoops is instead of starting off with 2, I actually start off with 4. So, and you'll see why here in a minute. So I grabbed 2 more navy. Okay, so I usually use my finger. I hold my thread with my right hand. I use my finger, my left index finger here to hold these, and I kind of flip these over and then kind of use my thumb to push them the way that I want. So they're going to sit like that. And it's a little bit difficult to like just getting these on here, your first like 2 rows here. But once you get the hang of it, and this is the way I do it, I don't know how other people do it. It is a little bit tricky. As you can see, like they move around, your thread wants to move. Once you get these first 4 beads secure, it will be a lot easier. It's just getting these first 4 secure is a little bit tricky. So I just use my finger, hold them there in place, and then you want to come up and through your hoop here. Whoops. And then you want to go in these last 2 beads on the end here. Feel free to hold them there with your finger if you need to, which is what I normally do because they do move around a lot. So I've got these 2 secure, and now I'm going to come up and down these other 2. So you're going to go through the 2 beads, hold them there with your finger, and then go through them under this hoop, and then bring your needle back up and under through these again, because that's what will secure them there. So okay, so I mean, it looks a little bit messy right now, but you know, as I push them over and as I'm going to be working on my design, it's going to look a lot cleaner. So, and then I'm just going to grab some more, 2 more beads here. Pull them through. I always use my left index finger to kind of hold them in place. I come up and under, and then I bring my needle through the bottom of those, pull my thread through, and that's how it's looking for the moment. So the design, you don't automatically see it right away. You will see it, you know, as I get further into the pattern here, but that is basically how you do it. And I'm going to grab 2 more, pull those all the way down. They're there. So basically what you're doing is you're stitching them right onto this hoop. Come up and under, up and through these. Whoops. And then as you get better at this, it will be a lot easier. It just takes a little bit of time to like get used to what you're doing. Holding them there with your finger, it just seems it's a lot easier for me. But you can do whatever makes you feel comfortable. And then I just basically keep doing this all the way around. And I'm using my other earring as a guide of how the design I want to follow. So I'm kind of just using that other earring as a reference. And, you know, for beginners, you might just want to start off with 1 bead and try this. You can start off with 2 and don't worry about doing a pattern. Just get used to just going around your hoop and securing it. Get used to using your needle. Get used to, you know, using your index finger to make sure these are in place. And then as you practice a little, you could think of some of your own designs, or feel free to copy mine, or just come up with whatever design you want, or feel free to try and follow along with the design that I have, if that is not too difficult to see there. So yep, you're kind of starting to see the design here. It's kind of got like this, I don't know, like a zigzag type. I don't know what you would really call it, but okay, so I need, what do I need? So I need blue again. Blue. I have super long hair. I keep finding my hair in my stitches. So another thing is that sometimes you forget to come up and under through the hoop, and then you'll go to pull and your beads will go flying. So if that happens, that means that you actually forgot to come up and under. So when I come up and under and then go through the beads again, that's what actually secures the stitch there. So just make sure that you do that. And yeah, if you want to keep trying this, either with this design or a different one, I do have these earrings in stock. If you'd like to buy a pair, I actually sell kits. Let me just grab one real quick. So I actually sell these kits with everything you need. There's the hoops, and I have those in a bunch of different colors, and then I send you beads, your thread. There's a needle in here. There's 2 different types of needles. This little, it's kind of like felt. It just holds your beads kind of somewhere in place so you don't have them flying all over the place. And then the only thing I don't have is like a pattern. You can buy a pattern separately, or just think of your own, or just practice with these like different colors. But yep, I sell these kits for like $20 each. Let me know if you're interested. And yeah, thanks for watching. Until next time. Bye-bye.